Me, all around me.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. And we are on time. I want that to be noted because we're due to be here at 7:35. So I'm looking to see what kind of smut Skipper put in messages, the private messages. There we go.
It's something that happened to me Monday.
Yep. So let's see who's here. There's Dragon Lair, Jenny Lynn, and just me and Skipper. Always been here, I see. And on the panel, we've got the Pam. How are you, Pam?
I'm cold.
Still?
Yeah.
You don't want to know what it was here. It was 60 some degrees today.
Oh my God, no.
69 here today.
It got up, actually, it's not real bad. It got up to 32 today, but still.
Oh, that's a heat wave for you.
Yeah.
It is.
Wow.
And Skipper, I see what you're putting in the private chat. That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Bobby, Skipper, Mom, and Susie. Yep. You got
Oh, no, Skipper.
Yeah, I'll talk about it Sunday.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm swishing with caffeine-free and zero sugar root beer because I got nuts in my teeth. Blow it.
I'm not, I can't say anything. I can't say anything. I should probably turn my camera and my sound off for a few minutes and recuperate from that.
Well, Floyd had to have a snack.
Let's grab some tea.
I was rushing to eat my healthy choice dinner, and I put my tongue
God.
first of all, and then Floyd starts. I never know when he's going to want to eat something that he's not normally eating, so he started. So I had to blow a lot of that cool for him to eat, and then he wanted cashews. He flies on the counter and fusses about what he wants. So I got him some cashews. Then he wanted mixed nuts. I got him some mixed nuts. And so I thought that sounds pretty good to me after just eating that beef and broccoli healthy choice. So took a big mouthful of them and then went live. So got nuts in my teeth. That's one of the best pickup lines too.
I can't even.
I was just going to see if I had a pair of tweezers to send you so you could get the hair out from between your teeth.
I have no hair in there, thank you. We've got a serious question here now. Let's see this
Okay.
panel.
Wise up.
For y'all, what are your favorite arboreal snakes and what do you feed them? I've been eyeing the Asian vine snake at the local shop, but he said that rough green snakes might be a. There's got to be another part to that.
Better option because they eat insects their whole life.
Yeah, I bid on one of them. I've been on the snake auctions, the BSR. Check out Coral. Check out the BSR auctions. I think it costs like $5 to join it, and you can bid on stuff, and it's really cool how it works. But actually, the snake that's on the what's it called? Our picture of the stream tonight.
Thumbnail?
Anyway, yeah,
Corn
thumbnail.
snake.
Yeah, that's actually a picture that I lifted from that I just bought, and it really is that blue. It's a blue corn snake. So I had to have her, but I lost a couple of other bets. But they had an Asian vine snake on there I bid on, but I wasn't willing to pay as much as people were bidding it up. But I did notice that they actually do only eat insects, so it would be just like having a chameleon or something. And I already have all those things here anyway. So, so for people that want a snake, but they can't have my Susie.
Yep.
But who's got a favorite arboreal snake? Nobody.
Holly, hello.
I do not have an arboreal because I don't have any snakes. So all my reptiles are either lizards or geckos or turtles and tortoises, skinks. So I think it's interesting to hear about the snakes a lot because I got a funny feeling I'll never be able to own one. But I do love hearing about them.
Oh, I know I can't have any snakes.
Right.
They're secretive but easy to feed, and they are almost exclusively arboreal, especially if they have a platform. Because I just recently studied about them, the rough green snakes. So that's why I thought I'd like to have one. Um, my favorite arboreal snake right now, I guess, is my little yellow rat snake. She's not always going to be little. She's going to be 6 to 9 feet, but she's really cool. And she's arboreal. She stays up in. She actually has the little thing that where I used to have the 2 geckos that had metabolic issues and died. But other than that, I guess my Taiwan Beauty rat snake, it's arboreal, but it doesn't come out much.
I didn't know the rat snake was arboreal. Oh.
Rat snakes love to climb trees, and they go anywhere. They'll go up the side of a wall. Yeah.
Huh.
Need house geckos and stuff for food. I don't want to have a bag of frozen geckos.
Hi, June.
Well, you could always just get you some live ones, Coro, and let them live their best lives in the enclosure with the snake. And you could let them reproduce in there too. You might be able to get morning geckos, and they're really fast to reproduce once you get them started.
Yeah, I like morning geckos because they don't need the male to reproduce.
Right.
But they are motivated to lay eggs with another female in the tank, so that helps.
Hey, Jim. But yeah, are you going to get into some reptiles, Coral? And looking at them, huh? That's cool. Ball pythons, I still every now and then get one. I got a new one a couple weeks ago, not even that long ago, just because some friends of mine online came into somebody's collection and they were selling them off pretty cheap. And one of them I had to have. It came from California overnight, and it's doing great. It ate for me already. But ball pythons, unless you interact with them a lot, they kind of like to stay hidden and like to stay. Not all of them, I don't like keeping them in a drawer. I mean, I know the breeders do that. They have to, I guess, for space. But I like a snake that interacts with me and that kind of thing.
And how many snakes are you up to, Bob?
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
Well, with the one I bought that isn't here yet, I guess 29, I think.
Wow.
Holy cow.
But most
I
of
have
them,
no idea.
most of them are ball pythons. Yeah, I keep slipping in little ball pythons here and there, and I'm still taking tanks down. I'm getting behind on that. I've got a lot of tanks sitting around empty. I just took down 2 saltwater tanks and have been draining those, and I'm hoping to get those finished and cleaned tonight so that I can use bigger tanks for. I don't like the 10s are way too small unless it's just a newborn snake, a neonate. And then the 20 or 20 longs are a good footprint. I've been using a lot of those, but I'm trying to get all my 40 breeders emptied. I think they all are emptied now. I just got to get them, the gravel and all that out of them and clean them up. Yeah, I need to knock a wall down, take that bathroom out back there.
Oh my goodness.
All pythons make great starter pets. Yeah, I agree with that, Dragon Lair, but the first time I saw somebody talking about, they were asked that question, and I follow them. It's a couple in Kentucky, I think, Deadwood reptiles, and they have a huge collection. They breed and everything, and it's a married couple, and they just got one of those mobile houses and moving all of their stuff out to that gradually and setting that up to, custom to what they need. But she said, ball pythons, yes, but ball pythons, as Patrick knows, and I have found out too, and y'all have seen me talk about it and even do it on some of the late night streams, when they won't eat, they won't eat. So if you've never had a snake before and a ball python won't eat for you, it's very frustrating, and it, kind of takes the joy out of it. It's part of it, but if it's your first snake, my first one didn't do that to me, but like my fourth or fifth one did. But then I've had a couple of other do that, and now they eat frozen thawed or live or whatever I put in there. So it's just, they can be temperamental.
Now, is there a certain time that they go into like a hibernation state to where they won't eat for a while?
Snakes, and Patrick can correct me, or anybody else that knows, which would be almost anybody here more than I do about snakes, but snakes in general don't hibernate. They brumate, which is kind of like they can sleep for a couple of weeks or a couple of months even, but they might wake up and eat and move around, but they're not really completely hibernating. That's why, like now, like on a lot of the snake Facebook pages and stuff, people are showing snakes out on the snow because, it was 20 one day and snowed, and then it's like we were saying 60s the next day, but there's still snow that hadn't melted. So they're coming out because the sun's out and it's warm. So they're waking up, so to speak, and coming out for a while. So, but they usually will stop eating when they're brumating generally. People that breed snakes know a whole hell of a lot more about that than me that breed them, professionally for their livelihood and stuff. And they will sometimes brumate and sometimes they won't, depending on if they're going to breed them. I think most breeders brumate their snakes, let them sleep, and stop feeding them for a couple of months. Susie, do you know?
I was just going to ask you, have you ever done a video? What do you do when your snake won't eat? I think you said something like a force feeding, but I can't even imagine what that looks like as a snake owner. Like, I can't imagine, and I would love to see a video on it.
You can just go on and look for assisted feeding, but sometimes it actually is force feeding. And I've actually done it live on Pam's once or twice late at night. But I didn't have success that night, I think, with the one I was trying to feed, but I did the next day. I had a mouse that there wasn't no way I was going to get it in there.
I gotcha.
But it's eating fine now. Anything I drop in there, even my finger, it'll grab it. So it's just getting past it,
Mm.
Yeah. And I do have a lot of reptiles that are brumating at the moment, but I don't know anything about the snakes. But my one bearded dragon, who has been brumating probably for 6 weeks already, nonstop. And I have other ones that get up every couple weeks just to have some drink water. They have no desire to eat any of the bugs I put in there, and they go back, and I don't see them again for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So I think it depends on the animal, who raised them, how they were raised, your barometric pressure. Like, it has a lot to do with that. It's not just necessarily because it's winter. Because my reptile room, well, aside from the last 2 weeks, is never cold.
Right.
Last
Me
2 weeks
too.
have been really cold.
Last winter, I had several corn snakes by then. I don't know, 4 or 5. And you guys know I keep my juveniles together, which will get me hate from the corn snake people if they do that. But I monitor them very closely. I don't let them fight, and I don't let them stress. And everybody gets everything they need. That's the big objection to keeping them together, is that they are territorial, but they really aren't that territorial. They pile up on each other and seem to socialize. So I don't know about that. So like a lot of things in the fish community, keep this kind of fish in a 50-gallon, but that was in 1953 that somebody said that, and it keeps getting copied and copied. And so that's why I've always said, who the hell makes this rules about what size tanks you need? Or, I'd like to know. But the same thing with a lot of the snake behaviors. I think a lot of that stuff is old information. Some of it's very good, information. I'm not saying that, but I just think sometimes something catches on and it may not be the most accurate or timely info.
I think a lot of it is more of a. Now I'm probably gonna get some flack, but it's just how I feel is recommendations. Now, for instance, now you should know the size that it gets, what it's going to need when it's full grown. But I think a lot of it is recommendation. Some stuff works together for one person. Other stuff don't work the exact same way. You know what I mean?
Right.
'Cause, I mean, a lot of your animals, they all got their own personalities. Even fish, definitely reptiles. Reptiles definitely have. From the ones that I've kept, I've been around had a lot of friends that had them. That they all have their own personality.
Yeah, and Dragon Lair's saying that same thing, that he's got a pair of his Papuan. I'm not saying that exactly right, but from Papua New Guinea, Papuan carpet snakes, and they curl up and all that. And I still keep a pair of mine together that have locked or whatever. It's not called locked anyway, but they've mated several times. But that's all up to the female. So, but he's enjoying trying. I think because they do frequently. So
Yeah.
there's a difference what is best practices and what is possible exactly. And I think some of the issues people have, like with keeping little colubrids, like little corn snakes together, is, if you keep them in a 10-gallon tank and you have 5 of them and there's nothing to do in there or there's nothing to do except to fight, then of course that's going to be a problem. But I keep mine in a 33 long. They've got all different kinds of substrate. They've got so many tunnels and mazes, and they have limbs to climb on. They sleep on the limbs. They've got 2 basking spots. They got all kinds of hides. They've got 2 water sources. I mean, they got live plants everywhere in there. So, I mean, there's nothing I could do except maybe put a hammock in there, but they don't really need that. But and it's only one of them when I'm feeding them that gets a little, not even aggressive, but tries to steal mice from the others. So I just take it out and hold it now. But yeah,
Wow.
there's always a way to do it differently and still get the same result or get a better result. So my snakes all have individual personalities. Yep. A lot of people don't realize that, but they really, really do. They really do. There are a couple of my ball pythons that are not sure they like to be held, and I'm enjoying socializing them. And then there are a couple that are still scared of me for the most part and tentative. But then I've got a couple, y'all have seen them like on late night streams, that like to hang on me all the time. So
Yeah.
Which is cool, to know that they're happy or content. I'm not sure they're happy, but they're content. So
Jenny Lynn made a comment that her leopard gecko egg should hatch in the next week or so.
Oh, that's exciting.
it is.
And Bruiser says Skipper's children need one each.
Already trying to get them gone, Bruiser. How many are there? Army Aquatics. Howdy, howdy. Good to see
Hello.
you. Yes, Bruiser is trying to get them gone.
Cool.
Okay. Jenny Lynn, that made me think. I told you I'd gotten one of those a kitten or puppy playpen things that closes at the top. I think it's for puppies and stuff. Somebody donated it to the Ark, and it was gently used, but I just made a donation of money, like half of what they cost new, and brought it home. I still haven't put any of my snakes or anything in it, but I'm eager to do that. I may even try some of the mice in it, but then they'll have the smell of the mice in there, so I've got to think that through.
Yeah, because then when you put the snakes in, they're going to think it's feeding time, and you'll reach in to get one to put them back. And
Right.
I gotcha.
Get banged. Yep. Get nailed. I have 6 so far. 2 are due in the next week. All right. Well, Skipper, you got to get some more kids ready. You've only got the 2 kids, so.
Right. We done.
I have buttercup in mine right now. Oh. And I have that one pair of ball pythons. They're not really a pair. They're not old enough to mate yet, or to breed, or to be fertile. But I've had them together over a year, and they've been in a 55. I used to have them right over there on that hutch thing, but they've gotten big. I mean, almost adult size, and they're just gorgeous snakes. But some of the things they do are almost just romantic, like poetic things. The way they pose and the way they mimic each other, or seem to, it's just amazing to sit and watch them. It's so calming. But they're big pets. I don't take them out a lot, but I handle them a lot inside the tank. So they're a lot of fun.
Bob, do you have any snakes that are too big to handle yet?
I have a couple that are not too big to handle, but I'm a little leery of not because of their size. No, not like that could hurt me or anything, but I have two that I'm concerned about their bite, or what damage they could do if they bite. And that's the Brazilian rainbow boa. She's grown another half foot since I've had her the last year.
Wow.
And but she's a lot calmer. She's staying out. But I'm not sure I haven't been handling her on a regular basis. The other day I was giving her some live mice because she won't take frozen thawed. She never would. So, and that's not a snake you can assist feed at all. But anyway, so I gave her a couple of live mice, and when the second one went in, I dropped it and it fell on her back. And I think she thought that was me touching her, and she arched her back up and turned over a huge water bowl. Turned it over like it was nothing. It had to weigh 5 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And she held the bowl over like that and pinned it with that arch of her back. And then when the mouse was like, oh no, the mouse just froze. And then when it started moving again, I think she realized that's not him messing with me, it's the mouse. So, you have to notice things like that, And the other one that most people are afraid of, that reputation, is the Malaysian blood python, because they're a great big snake and a compact body. They get big around, but they don't get as long as some of the great big snakes. But they've got the strength. But that one seems to be calmer than her. I've lifted it out several times, like to let it soak or to help it bathe, to get shed off of it and stuff. And it doesn't act, it just hisses, but that's what they do. That's one of the reasons I got it, because I like how they hiss. So no, I don't have any big ones, Susie, and I'm not going to have any like that. I thought about it, but I live by myself. I've got little dogs and cats, and
Right.
Floyd loves to get on the Brazilian rainbow boas enclosure in there. It's a 75-gallon. He loves to sit on top of it.
So just curious, Floyd is like from the Brazil area, not maybe, but his heritage. Is that accurate?
Who, Floyd?
Yeah. I think that'd be
Uh,
pretty cool if there's some kind of connection there that you don't even realize, because is he not from the Brazil area?
Amazon. Yeah, he's an Amazon
Okay.
blue front parrot. Rainbows get tame if you handle them enough. Yeah, I know, Dragon Lair, but I know. I just haven't been that bored yet. I play with the small snakes, like 3 feet. The 6.5, that's longer than me. What'd you say about Steen Font? Oh, Alec. Told Bob Steen all about his python being much larger and healthier. He said he considered it yours because you had it so long. Yeah, I knew that he'd send his snake over to you to let them breed, but had they not bred? Or the mini race? What are the mini race? Oh, is that on Dan's? That must have been on Dan's. But I didn't think they were mini race. On his giveaway, Patrick finally won something.
Oh, nice.
Finally, the other night.
Oh, he's talking about the Hillstream loaches.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The mini race.
Yeah. I was glad you won it. Profound statements just about snakes. Oh, well, wait, woke up now. Army Aquatics. He may not want you to know his name. It's not always been Army Aquatics.
Ah.
Mike Jimmy wants you to know he says hello.
Yep. Peacock and Hat Mix. Yeah. I almost got a African cichlid the other day. I almost did because I was looking at like some of them that are so pretty, but they always have one or two that, in the store that they've got picked out and singled out, and that's going to be the next one they all kill and all that. And I thought, well, maybe I'll get one that, looks like its time is about up and, a pretty one. And then I thought, but I can never have anything in the tank except that one fish, and I don't want another tank.
You know what kind of African cichlid it was?
No, they were from $14 to $60, and I thought I wouldn't give $60 for an African cichlid.
Well, they weren't Mbunas then.
No, they were just different colors. There were some that were blue with stripes, and there were yellow ones, and just all different. For something that I don't really want to keep anyway, I thought, well, I can say I kept one, but it's not that important to me.
Right.
I'm trying to remember the star sapphires I have or what genus they're from.
I don't know.
I think
I know absolutely even less than I know about other fish. Hey, Daniel. Welcome. My water here is naturally hard. Abunas are cheaper. He did have some Abunas. I remember that, but I don't remember how much they were.
Yeah, those you can have a lot in a tank. The more is probably keeps them less aggressive, but when you do add them, you have to add 3 or 4 at a time. You can't just add one because they'll all attack it.
Right. I noticed that some of them didn't get to eat, sometimes when he's feeding them and stuff. So it's weird. Sam carpets are supposed to also, but the is the exception in the rule. Okay. The B word. Worm, cover your ears up. But anyway, that is what's going on here. I keep procrastinating on redoing that reptile room already. It's just, I've got too much stuff in it that I don't need, like a bookcase. It's only got 2 smaller tanks on it. And I can put a rack in there, not like a door rack, but like an aquarium rack. And have several larger aquariums, than those 2 little. So I got to get that out and get some of these tanks in there. If you weren't talking about snakes, that would be a thinker. I don't know what they've got going on there. Hey, Big Steve. Mike, how are your snakes doing? You still have your snakes?
Yeah, still have some of them. Sold a couple.
That's good. You didn't have to ship them?
No.
That's good. Yeah.
That's even better. Well, that'd be stressful.
The weather we've had the last couple of weeks.
Have mercy. Hey, Nathan. I'll tell you what, these 2 sisters,
Oh, they're so cute.
they really are just like the jokes and the epitome of 2 sisters. One of them, she's sitting on her now. I know, Worm, she's rude, isn't she? She's rude. And they don't care. One of them can be getting petted, and the other one just pushes her way in. They both have to be touching my neck, like with their little feet when we sleep. I can't deal with both of them sleeping on me. They're too heavy. Like worms staring at the back of her head like I'll kill you if you keep laying on me. But they never argue or they never growl or anything. They just are real like assertive with each other and they're just like sisters, you know. They are sisters. It's cool having them. I told the vet the other day their bill was over $400 for their.
Ouch.
I know one of them had abscess teeth. I don't know if I've been on because I hadn't been on them a bit, but the black one had really bad breath, really bad breath, and she had 4 lower teeth on the bottom that have to come out right across the bottom that stick out, and 2 on one of the top sides. I don't remember which, but they're abscessed. But just 2 days on the antibiotic. They've got 30 days of doxycycline. That stuff ain't cheap. And then she can get her teeth all done. Plus, on her heartworm test, she had exposure to Lyme's disease at some point. So that's also going to treat that possibility of her getting Lyme's disease later on. They ain't cheap.
Wow.
She had dogs instead of kids because I thought they'd be cheaper, and they're not.
Yeah, nope.
They're not cheap. They're good girls, though. I love them. But I told the vet these are my old age dogs. When Yazzie and everybody else is gone, it'll be us 3, I guess. Hey, Alec. Alec, did you get your gift? I gotta put you girls down. Did you get your gift card or gift certificate thing from Dan's Fish when I did that giveaway? Because I have in my out mail, I have one there to send you, but I thought I sent it to you. If not, it's sitting there. I might have sent it once before and then didn't realize I'm huge fans of them. Yeah, people that like Africans really like them, African cichlids. And I think they're beautiful fish. I just don't want to have to crowd them like that for the aggressive stuff.
Yeah.
It's like I like to have, obviously I like to have a lot of fish in the tank, but I like the water parameters to be good, and I like everybody to have plenty of room. But you know, I can't tell you how many people will make comments about this tank being overstocked, and it's not. The parameters are fine on it, but they're okay with the African cichlids, I guess is my point.
Right.
Crowded. It was from KJE. Yeah, that you're right. See if you got it. If not, I'll send it along. That was the one that I want on Susie's, I guess.
Well, that's right. My 8,800 video upload. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that wasn't the Dan's. You're right.
I uploaded 800 videos. I had my 8,000 subscriber and 80 something else. I forget what the 80 was, but so we did a little giveaway, and I very rarely do giveaways because I don't know what I'm doing. And Dee Dee came to the rescue and sponsored the giveaways, and then Bob won them. It was like, that's awesome.
And the last thing I needed was any kind of fish stuff, plants or food or anything, because and he's a great source. I have stuff I've got from him already. So I thought I'm going to share this forward, you know.
Which
Yeah,
is
that's nice.
Long way to catch up. Have a long way to catch up.
He has been around for a while because he had some stuff happen in his life, is what he was saying.
Yeah, it's who I thought it was.
Yeah.
It's who I know it is. Yeah. Yeah, I remember when he first started, and Candy was real busy on a lot of the streams, and we would push him, get people to go over to his stream because he streamed after Blackie, I think. Was it Blackie Army? But anyway, we would always push people, get people to go over and share the links like we do now with everybody. So, yeah, he has had some stuff happening going on. Oh, Sam, have you been sharing the link to Dusty's GoFundMe? I'm sure you have. My vision's so bad though.
Yeah, he's pretty good with that on my stream. He shares it like right from
Yeah.
the get go.
Yeah, I'm sure he has. Oh. Do you all want to see some snaky stuff? We can
Yeah, I
still
want
talk
to see
through
some
stuff.
snaky stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I
We
actually
just
had
don't want to see any nuts in your teeth.
Yeah, I don't want to see you eating nuts.
Careful.
when are you going to be getting that blue one that you won?
Well, when I pay the other half of it,
Oh, okay.
they'll hold it for 2 weeks. Ooh, 2 weeks for free. And if you pay the other half, then they'll go ahead and ship it. When the weather's good. What's going on here? I can't get my camera. Let me try it this way. Sorry.
Oh.
There we go. Just threw y'all down. There. Now, need to go to solo layout and we'll have it. All right. Okay. So see how packed it is? It's even worse than it was. You come in the door here and I've got, that's the tank I was talking about that has the real pretty couple in it. It's a 55, but they be sleeping right now. It's too early for a lot of, that's the other thing about ball pythons. A lot of times they like to sleep during the day and they know. And then this is a 40. I've got 2 in there too. I remember when I got those guys, I won them in an auction. There's a male and a female. Everybody just ate yesterday, or almost everybody, so they're sleeping it off. And there's her. She never sleeps off a meal. She's called a fire something. Can't remember. I need to write on the glass what they all are. But she's beautiful, beautiful. Don't have any light on her. I try to keep the lights kind of low because a lot of these snakes don't really care for bright lights. Let's see her a little better. Hey there. I have people tease me
wow.
sometimes on the reptile channels and say, see, she's in a 10. That's not big enough. And I have tanks that I can move her in. She's grown too. So I've had her a month and a half. But she just ate yesterday. But she's very she can handle her. And my little baby Mexican black king snake likes to get in her water bowl, but she's not in there. Let me see if I can spritz and she'll come up. She just ate 2. She ate 2 little pinky mice. She's the one I was going to have to force feed, and she's too small. I put her in a box, a little dark box, that box right there, that whatever food box that is, and she ate them.
Oh, good.
Frozen thawed overnight. And that's a couple of frogs in there. I don't see them right now. And that's the black. All these guys ate yesterday, so they're hanging out. Got a shed. It's a black house snake, African. This is one of the big corn snakes. Move the lights around. She's sleeping. She also needs a bigger place. I have these tanks. I just have to get them in here somehow. And there's my buddy Orchid. She's the one that's always hanging on me on live streams. She's going to sleep too, it looks like. And the blue-eyed Lucy, she's white with blue eyes. She's curled up in that little tunnel. And then some of the corn snakes, they never all really sleep. They're always into something.
Aw.
I only see one of them out. But they've got all of those tunnels and pieces of bark, and so they have all kinds of crap to do. I hear a jet.
Yeah, I heard that. They need a lot of enrichment. So you have stuff to climb around on and stuff, right?
Right. That's the Brazilian rainbow. in her hideout. And I usually don't turn her light on. She gets enough light, but she has a bright light. And that's the real pretty rat snake, the Taiwanese beauty, but it stays down under that wood unless I'm feeding it. But I catch it looking at me sometimes. And that's just a gopher snake. It's the male to the female that I lost a few weeks ago. I went back and got the male a year later. And it's real friendly. It also needs it. This has got to come out, all of this here, so I can get a couple of big racks in this end of the room. And that's got to go out, the chameleon. So lots of wasted space.
Dragon Layer was asking
And that's the newest one.
about the snake you won.
About the what?
The corn snake that you won.
What'd you say?
He was wanting to know what it was. He messed it.
It's a
I was looking for it.
Yeah. Do you still have your blue tongue skink? No, last year when the skink was brewmating, that was like the third winter I had him. He never woke up. He just never woke up one time because I would let him sleep, unless I would see him up and about. And he was big. He'd gotten really big, and he just didn't wake up. He was dead. So I know.
That's very sad. You were able to hand feed him and everything, I know.
Yeah. And his name was Nelson. He was a good kid. I had him since he was little. I just fell in love with him over in Nashville one day. Ed and Ginger Graves and I had to meet up and looking for the little, oh, there it is back there. You won't be able to see her with the water spots. That's the little yellow rat snake. She's in the dark back there, but she's looking straight at us. You just can't see her. Need like a little pointer. These claws right there is her little head. She comes up and eats out off the tongs too. She's going to be a good eater, a good grower. And that's just the Asian forest scorpion. It doesn't have to be in here. And the chameleon. And then I've got these agama lizards, and I've got the leopard geckos. I've got 3 of those. And the agamas, and those really don't have to be in here. I could take this whole thing back to the dining room since they don't eat mice, and that's my mice room in there now. So I thought about taking this all back out, which wouldn't be a big deal. I just have those coaster things and set the stand on it and slide it through there. So, and ball pythons are asleep. All 3 of those are nice to me that I've collected that I like. And there's the big girl. She's probably asleep. It's real hard to tell, with snakes. Oh, I said they were all asleep, but that one's not. That's the one that I had to live feed or had to force feed on your channel, Pam. And she's wanting something to eat now. I don't have to call her twice to supper now.
Isn't that great? Oh my God. Good job. Because I hear a lot of people who have to force feed or help snakes along, a lot of them don't make it. So kudos.
Well, can't wait too late, I guess, is you have to decide. And somebody even told me about this. I made a video and said I'm going to try some live feeding in there. And I see she's up there looking. And somebody I don't know who the hell it was, but they were saying, oh, you would never feed a snake that size, and they'd have to lose like half their body weight. And I'm like, that's what I said in the video, but she's lost half of her body weight in the last 3 months, and I'm not going to let her die. I'm like, shut up. I can't believe there are people that have to go on videos and say that stuff.
Yep.
Listen to the video. They said exactly what I said. My criteria was, and I'm like, that's what I just said. I want to show her because she's so pretty. This is the one from California. have no idea where she is. There she is. Look at that. Look at that girl. Look
Pretty.
at her. Look at
Oh
her.
yeah.
She said, damn it, what are you doing?
She's so pretty.
They had her on that sale. The couple I know in California, they had got the collection from somebody that was stopping keeping them. And I can't even remember what kind of ball python she is. That's why I need to put them on here. Come here, pretty girl. Let's see you. Come on. Look at her. Look at her.
Wow, she is pretty.
Look at that. Oh, she struck the camera. Why'd you do that? Because she said y'all woke me up.
Yep.
They do see the infrared on the camera. I found that out for sure. Oh, I missed this little squirt. You know, Sarah that comes on. She's a regular guest. She comes on like once a month with us on here. I got this from her. Had to have it. And he's a good eater too. But he's in a little thing. He didn't come in that. He came in something smaller, but that's all he needs right now. But I'll be moving him up to one of these tins when I get one of the snakes out that doesn't need to be in there. Just had to have him. I guess I have 30. I forgot about him. When that other one comes. Girl, you just got your face all drawn back there like you're going to bite me. What's our time doing? 45, 46 minutes?
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Okay. That's just sad. Look at that.
Hello.
Oh.
It's Rosie the bobtail and Worm and Terry want her to get the hell down so they can get up there. Yep. Get the hell out of here. But yeah, this is a really, really, really pretty snake. I just can't remember what morph she is. The mind, you know. The mind. The memory. Got crickets singing because I've been feeding chameleons and leopard geckos and stuff.
I can hear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
One day when I get bored, I'm going to weigh all my snakes and things. I've got my scale over there, but I hardly ever use that. I need to. How different you guys are, and you're so pretty. This is a female too.
Wow.
Susie, why don't you ask John Bag of Donuts if he'll let you have a... Get up, Rosie. And thank you. He'll let you have a snake that only eats bugs. Now, she might strike at you. Be nice.
No, you know why? Because I got a funny feeling he's using the mice as an excuse, and he's afraid of snakes.
That
Oh,
could be. That
Yeah.
could be.
Because I had this one snake in mind. It only ate like quail eggs or different eggs.
oh
And
yeah.
he was like, "Oh my god!" And like I could see the panic in his eyes.
Oh,
You know how clown people get when they see a clown?
yeah.
Yeah, that's how he kind of was like, "Uh-oh." And I would hate to do that to him.
Well, those vine snakes are real thin. They're long, but they're thin. So,
They're really cool looking too, though.
yeah.
I mean, they look really cool. I was looking at some photographs of one the other day, and I thought that is a really cool looking snake.
They really are. Susie, when are you going to be back up to production?
I'm waiting for heat. As soon as I have heat, like it's been what a little over 2 weeks now, and we have been going back and forth with York with the recall for this motherboard. And now this one tech is saying, "Well, you got to buy the part first, and then we'll reimburse you." Well, it's a $900 part. Like, are you kidding me? $900 or $1,200 part, and I'm like,
Yikes.
Get
And
down, girls.
it's a recall. Like, help us out here, dude. So when we get heat, right now everything is in disarray because I got those tinfoil blankets around things, and
Yeah.
I mean it's
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
And I can only have one space heater without blowing a circuit, so that's down in the reptile room. So we don't even have heat up here. He brought in a propane torch. It's like about 3 foot long torch. We turn that on for a few minutes, and it heats up the hallway. And then he turns the fan on, so the duct sucks it up and blows it out, so that
Circulates it.
like takes the chill off for a couple minutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like the last couple days, thank God it started getting warmer. I'm like, oh, thank you. People are upset that their flowers are gonna die, and I'm just thrilled because it's cold. And when you
It's
go outside, you don't. I take it for granted that just to walk inside to get warmed up again. And when
right.
you don't have that, it's like, oh man,
Yeah, you miss it. You can really tell the difference.
yeah. So I feel for you, Pam. I can't even imagine if it was that cold out. Nope. Here it was only in like the teens. We did get single digits a couple days, but yeah.
Y'all
So
stay
then
there.
I'll be up and I'll be ready. I'll do a tour. I will show all my reptiles, their enclosures, everything about them. Like I'm excited about it. And then now everything's wrapped in tinfoil, and I got all these things Jimmy rigged up to do different things now because of it. I had to take the water out. I was afraid the water was going to freeze. So I'd hate to do that tour and have people think that's how I treat my reptiles. I'm like,
Right.
no, this is an emergency here.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Griffin.
So
Bumblebee, y'all must be talking about this snake here. She's a. I'll have to look at it. She she is a she is a killer bee or a bumblebee. I've got one other one already. So
where's the name Killer come from? Is she like
just
angry?
breed, nah, just breeder terms.
Oh, okay.
It's that the genetic thing where they have the wobble, and so a lot of people, the spider gene, that's what it's called. So a lot
The
of people,
bobble, yeah. I've heard of
yeah,
that.
yeah. So she's part of that complex. But I have one over there that's gorgeous, prettier than this snake actually. Now that I'm looking at it, but she eats just fine. She's grown. She's doubled since I've had her in the last year. Look at
You
that.
guys see all the I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just talking to the snake actually. Sorry.
I was just saying, did you guys see all the beautiful tributes to Brian?
Oh yeah, there's been a
They
lot of
are
really nice.
gorgeous. Oh my God. Everybody who's like hung with them, been with them, known them. I mean, I have the utmost respect for them. I learned a lot from them, and back
Oh
when there
yeah.
was like Bite TV and stuff. But some of them are like tear jerkers. Like, oh my God.
Yeah. He
Really
had a
beautiful
lot of.
tribute. Oh, I didn't want to miss out on that. I don't know if we did a tribute to him or not, but I was like, I just wanted to make sure I mentioned it because he really did do a lot for the reptile community, even though he was a little controversial at times.
Yeah.
Controversial.
Yep. It's true. But all in all, I think he loved the animals and he was good to his animals.
Oh my God, yeah. And good to people. You can
Yeah.
tell from the tributes, you can't make that stuff up. These aren't just people being nice because he passed. You know, I think
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
You got some poop there under your foot, buddy. See that poop? You've got a
Yeah.
wire brush. It's real good for scraping that off, and then I scoop the sand. Yeah. Yeah. Well, is our 10 minutes up yet?
You got 2 minutes left.
Okay, Terry, you're going to have to separate from me for just a second.
That's the snake's name, Terry?
No, the black dog that was up
Oh,
here,
okay.
Worm's
Pretty
sister.
cool. That was pretty cool, though.
What is that noise? It sounds like a
Ambulance.
Sounds
Okay.
like a jet. Mike lived next to an airport.
It is not me.
Okay, there we go. All right. Well, thanks everybody, and I'm going to get motivated now that I've shown all these tanks and make them look different and better and get things out and get things in. And Pam, are you streaming tonight
No, I'm
or
gonna go tomorrow night instead.
tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Anybody else streaming tonight?
I'm going to be going to bed shortly.
Me too, man.
I think June is right after us, so
Yeah.
okay.
Ooh, what are the Oscars?
All right. Well, thanks everybody. And I will see you on Sunday on Tennessee Fish Mafia, I hope. Good
Thanks,
night.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.